Women who have ever felt fear about stepping into your divine calling. I had an insight in my scripture study this morning that I wanted to share with you. And I was reading the parable of the talents again in Matthew chapter 25, and I noticed two things. The first is that the parable of the talents was given right after the parable of the 10 virgins. And it was given right after that rebuke to the foolish virgins that I know you not. And then he gives this parable of the talents where he gives the 5 talents, the 2 talents, and the 1 talent. And the servant who had 1, I have always looked at him and go, why didn't they develop their talents? But here is the interesting insight I had this morning. It says in verse 25, I was afraid. I was afraid. How many of you have felt God speaking something on your heart and have felt fear? I have. In fact, when he asked me to write a book, I was scared to death. When he asked me to start a podcast, I was scared to death. And for the first time in my life, I looked at that foolish servant differently, because facing fear of doing something unknown is totally scary. And so how do you overcome that? Faith. Faith overcomes fear every time. But you have to focus on the faith instead of the fear. You have to trust that God isn't going to give you a talent and not help you to develop it. So if you're feeling God placing a calling on your heart, something he wants you to do, a talent he wants you to develop as you are preparing for his return, act on that. I have a wonderful free workbook on the back end of the Women Warriors of Light website called Clarifying My Calling. And it kind of takes you through some exercises, journaling, writing about it, facing your fears a little bit, helping you move forward with faith. I know you can do it with God's help. Nothing is impossible.